Well, Pastor Jeff, it's time for another Informed. It's where we keep you informed of what's happening at Mahomet Christian Church and the community that we serve.
And we have a lot to inform them about this week.
Oh, we do.
Yep.
In fact, something coming up this Friday.
Yeah, it's the Work as Worship retreat or Work as Worship conference day here at the church. It runs from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., but they do need to register online. And the best way to do that actually is to go to workasworshipretreat.org and sign up.
And then on Sunday afternoon, one of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah, you're excited about this.
I am excited. It's our intergenerational game day.
It is, and we play the game 66.
66.
Which is a dice game, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. And we start at 3 o'clock, and we follow that with some desserts.
Yeah, and that's my favorite part. Yeah.
Well, and Pastor Jeff, we're standing here in front of our Freedom Group Information Center for a reason. We have a couple of guests with us today. We want to invite Denny and Terry Polson to join us. Denny and Terry are kind of the overseers of our Freedom Group ministry.
And much more knowledgeable about it than you and I.
Yes. Denny and Terry, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Real quickly, just tell us, what are Freedom Groups? A lot of people have a misconception that that's just for an addiction or something, but tell us a little more about it.
Okay, basically the Freedom Groups, just a thumbnail sketch, is started by Pastor James Reeves from Texas, and it had to do with a safe place and a safe process. And basically what that has to do with is that we're all come from a wounded world.
We do.
And we all have spiritual wounds and emotional wounds. And so many people are looking for a place to heal. And that's what the Freedom Groups are all about.
Yes, now these are divided into men's groups and women's group. Terry, you kind of head up the women's part of that. Tell us a little more about that.
Well, we meet for about 13 weeks and we go through a workbook. And women have been so excited about this and what it's done in their lives that some women are even doing it a second time.
Yes. And that's not a bad idea to repeat it.
Powerful testimony to what the group's about or what the study's about.
And I'll tell you real quick, Denny knows our leadership took this course before we introduced it to the congregation. We wanted to know what it was all about. I went into it I figured that would help me fix Jeff up a little bit, kind of address his problems and, help people in the congregation. But then, I wasn't in there more than a couple of weeks till it was like, oh, wait a minute, this is not about them, this is about me. And it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what your background. As Denny said, we all come from a wounded world. And man, this is so powerful and so helpful, especially with the healing process and that safe place to open up with all that.
And you guys have some new groups that are starting soon, right?
Yes, we're going to have a marriage group this time, and we're really excited about that to help enrich your marriage.
Okay, now will this be for couples?
It's for couples. It can either be engaged couples or married couples.
Okay.
And we're really excited to do it.
So if you're thinking about marriage or working through your marriage, this would be a great, powerful time for you.
We say that through these Freedom Groups, it's a chance to work on the only one that you can really change the marriage in, and that's yourself.
Isn't that the truth? Wow. And I think all of our marriages can use a little bit of help somehow.
Yes.
You can't fix your partner as much as you'd like to.
Barbie has tried for 47 years. You see where it's gotten her.
So we have some times when these groups are going to be starting, the marriage group and the Freedom Groups?
Yeah.
They're going to start on February the 26th at 6:30 to 8 o'clock here at the church. And we just love to have...
And that's Monday nights?
Yes, Monday nights for 13 weeks.
You come on over and join us and we'll show you where each of those groups are meeting.
And then the individual men and women's group is going to start the next week. We have a misprint in the flyer. We're going to have to start them a week later.
Okay.
A week later, and that's individual, both for men and women. Interesting, I just want to say one more thing about the marriage groups is that so many of the men and women have taken, partners have taken the individual groups and come out of that saying, I wonder if this would work if we had a marriage group. And that's how it developed.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Any more information we need to give our folks?
Well, they can go to the church website. There's a page built for this, and they get more information and the contact information for Denny and Terry.
And we have a sign-up sheet right here for the marriage group. And you can contact either Terry or myself for the individual groups, men or women, and let us know that you'd like to come.
Absolutely.
And I do think we should add, this is not just for church members.
No, not at all. This is for anybody,
Yes.
for all of you in our community. It would benefit everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
And you can sign up for all this when you come visit us on Sunday mornings. Sunday school at 9 o'clock for every age in your family. Morning worship at 10 o'clock.
And come see what God has in store for you and the community around us.